Cancers are fine people. Hello Cancer, welcome to your monthly reading. Last month was a very empowering month for you guys from what I saw, and you guys, finally stopped being a doormat to everybody, which is great. I'm really happy for you. I'm only pulling it like Cancer. So this month we're gonna go ahead and look at your reading, and we're gonna. Oh, is that the spirit of Cancer throwing cards out of my deck? Alrighty, so we're gonna go ahead and see how we can help you this month, Cancer. Hopefully you have an even more empowering month this month. Let's see. Alrighty, so we're going to go ahead and start with your spiritual focus, which, like Gemini, was also Seven of Wands. But now what's interesting about this card here at this point in time is, whereas Gemini, I feel like, was stuck with their mental process, I feel like you have reversed back, and it's almost like you're not allowing how would I put this to you, Cancer? It's almost like you had all this fiery energy starting off, and you were like, yeah, I'm doing my thing, and taking control and taking action, but it's almost like this has now come to a standstill for you. And it's almost like you've taken a step back, and I almost feel like you're losing a little bit of your confidence this month, Cancer, and it's almost like you're stepping back into this questioning yourself even, and your own sense of intuition, which is funny, considering that you guys are intuition driven. So I almost feel like you guys are just not entirely sure, and things are just looking a little bit hazy and fuzzy for you this month, Cancer, and I just can't help but feel just a little bit of anxiety surrounding this card at Seven of Wands. But we're going to go ahead and take a look at what's going here. And your monthly focus, I mean, this is just so similar, again, funny, to Gemini last month, because this is what happened. Your monthly focus is the Fool. And I feel like last month, I almost feel like, in your recent past, Cancer, I feel like there was a lot of losses that you were forced to deal with because you stood your ground. And this is even making more sense to me as I look at Seven of Wands here, because it's almost like you're tired. And I feel like you've just stopped here at this point here with the Fool card, because it's like you are now having to start all over, and you're having to make this journey all over again, and almost like start over from scratch. Almost feels like with you, Cancer, this month. You're going to be focusing a lot on picking up the pieces and kind of picking up where you left off again, which is really difficult. I mean, I know this has just been such an emotionally turbulent last month for you, and this month is kind of, I think, a point of rest for you. You don't want to exert any more energy into something new. I feel like you're just very tired, Cancer, and you feel very depleted. And it could even be that it's a new moon as I'm reading this for you, and you guys are quite literally emptied out right now. But I just feel like you are not completely energized or feeling motivated to really want to do anything. I feel like you guys are still ruminating in the feelings of these past month that has just happened, and you're still just so upset of all of the things that last month that had come to light, and that you realized that caused you to see yourself in maybe a different perspective, or question your own, yourself, almost like, was that the best thing that I should have done for myself, or what was I really right when I did X, Y, or Z? Again, just you starting over and you feeling very stuck right now just in the beginning. I just feel like this month is going to be you in exhaust right now, Cancer, and I feel like you're more focused on recuperating and getting yourself back more than wanting to take on or embark on any new endeavors or challenges. I almost feel like, people have been inviting you out, and maybe friends have been wanting to hang out, and you're just kind of like, I don't really want to do any of that. You kind of just want to recharge and reset yourself and just kind of take care of yourself just a little bit. So your monthly lesson this month is going to be the King of Rings, and with that, that being said, I feel like is keeping true to what you did last month. So you laid down the law last month, and I feel like in your recent past, not just last month, but in your recent past, you have kind of laid it down, and you've kind of given your own declaration, so to say, and you've kind of have said what you needed to say. So this month, I think, is going to be you learning to stick by your words, and I think it's going to be so easy for you, Cancer, to now revert back to the beginning, which is why I feel like the Fool card is here, and I feel like this month is going to be you heavily ruminating on how things used to be, and getting very, again, sentimental, and doing that Cancerian thing where you just don't know how to let shit go. So I just am advising you to just get past that here with the King of Rings, and keep control of the situation, and do not allow your foundation to be shaken is just one thing that I feel like telling you here with the King of Rings. The decisions that you made for yourself in the recent past were for the best, and although it is hurting you emotionally, and although maybe there are some old feelings that have resurfaced for you this month because of maybe some things that happened at the end of last month, things are kind of starting to resurface about things you thought you dealt with and were done and over with, but do not let that do not allow that to keep you from questioning or wanting to even go back and to the past in any kind of a way with past people, past relationships. Don't go back. This is not a month of you going back. So what's positively influencing you is the page of Swords. So I feel like you are getting a lot of emotional support from your close ring of people, Cancer. I do feel like there is a particular, maybe an air sign in your life, maybe that is giving you good advice or you're kind of leaning on. But I do feel like you are now listening more to your thoughts more than your heart, which for you, I know is difficult to do, but it's a good thing. It's a good thing because although your heart is telling you this fucking sucks and this really hurts, your mind is telling that although this was painful for you, you really did do the best thing, that you really did do what was best for you at the end of the day, and not to question that. You know, there is pain, but there's also beauty in all of the pain that you are going through. And although you can't see it right now, Cancer, you are growing a lot from this, and you are going to grow a lot from this. Consider all of this just another lesson learned, and it's just going to make you all the more wiser. And I think that's really what's crucial for you and what you are realizing this month. Unfortunately for you with the Ace of Rings, I do feel like your money, or not just your money, but just kind of your sense of stability is just a little bit thrown off, which makes sense as to why the King of Rings is coming into question, because I do feel like, again, your emotional side is making everything else around you feel unstable. So you're feeling extra pressures at work, maybe you're a little bit more irritable at home because, again, you know, you're thinking about all of these things and you're just so stuck in all of these feelings that are just residual and are just resurfacing themselves. And again, your foundation seems to be just thrown off just a little bit this month, and that is what I do see negatively, kind of like hitting you on the back end. But I mean, fear not. You lean in on that support system again here with Page of Swords, and again, listen to your thoughts and what your mind is telling you. You did the right thing. I know your heart and your feelings are there constantly reminding you that this is really painful for you and what happened to your past, Cancer, but you can't change the past, okay? You can only look forward into the future and trust that you did what was best for you. I cannot emphasize that to you enough. A word of advice to you is the last. I mean, why is it that Gemini and Cancer's readings are just, you guys pull all the same cards? It's insane. And as a word of advice to you is the Ace of Swords. So once again, I just feel like trusting. If you have something to say, Cancer, because I do feel like whatever the situation is from the past, or whoever seems to be kind of coming back because they want more from you or they have something more to say from you, you go ahead and you tell them the complete honest truth and do not feel the need to hold back. You don't need to sugarcoat anything, Cancer. Own your truth, accept your truth, and stand firm in your own truth, even if that hurts somebody else, even if that makes somebody else uncomfortable, and even if that makes you uncomfortable, most of all, because although I know you guys feel a lot, you guys don't want to express your feelings because, you know, you're afraid of that backlash, Cancer, but don't be afraid of saying what it is that you feel. You will find a lot of relief and a lot of comfort from owning the feelings that you have. There's nothing wrong with, even if you're feeling resentment or rage, you may be very entitled to that, and just allow yourself time to feel that, and everything will hopefully fall into place for you. So we're going to go ahead and shuffle here, and let's see what other messages come up for you, Cancer, and what else we got. Same card, just jumping back. Like even if I shuffle the deck, it's just so weird to me. So seven of rings is your last message, Cancer. I just feel like telling you, keep your head up, which is funny. Keep your chin up. It's just kind of the message that I just feel like telling you. Keep your chin up and don't be discouraged. Things are going to turn around for you. You are at the very heart of your darkness right now, just a little bit, Cancer, and I feel like things may be seeming or feeling a little bit bleak for you, but keep your chin up, keep your head up. You're going to get past this. This is just another cycle, and as a sign that's ruled by the moon, and if anyone knows cycles, it's you, Cancer. This is just another rotation. Things are going to change. Things are going to turn around. Nothing is going to remain the same or consistent. So it's going to take some time to heal. It's going to take some time to be okay again, but just make sure that you take the time to feel those things and to process your thoughts, and most importantly, stand firm in your actions and in the decisions that you made for yourself, and do not go back, and do not allow anyone to make you feel wrong or like the bad guy for making the decisions that you did. You're not a doormat. You're kind. Do not allow others to mistake your kindness for weakness, Cancer, because you are not weak. Right? So I hope that helps you this month, Cancer, and thank you for watching, and I will pick up with you next month, and I will see you again soon.